Okay, I'd like to welcome you to this brief presentation by Your Money Coach. Now, in this presentation, we're going to be discussing 7 key points about money you need to know. Once you know these points, you'll be able to move your life in a direction that will be a lot more prosperous and a lot more abundant. So, let's get straight into it. The first point number 1, is you are totally responsible for your current financial situation. Now, if you know this, great. But unfortunately, I'd say 90% of the population don't. They believe maybe their financial situation is down to fate or others. Now, this is 100% not true. The moment we start to take responsibility for our current situation and say, okay, I am where I am and I'm happy, or I am where I am, I'm not happy. I'm not saying you're at fault. I'm just saying you need to take charge of your current financial situation, accept responsibility for it, and say, from this point onwards, I am in charge of it, and it is the result of my actions and my beliefs. The minute you do that, just doing that one thing on its own will dramatically change your life. Taking responsibility for your current financial situation and where you want to go. Moving on to point number 2. You are absorbing beliefs about money from your culture. Now, when I first found this out, I was amazed. This is things to do with our friends, our neighbours, TV shows we watch, the news, all of these things. We get ideas. Maybe the economy is bad, there's no money around, you have to work hard to get money. These are all things and beliefs that are told to us, and they affect us. They go seep down into our subconscious, and subconsciously or unconsciously, we start to believe these things, and they start to come out in our actions, and as a result of that, they start to become part of our daily life. Now, for the most part, we don't actually know this. We don't actually know that these things are going on, and they're things that we need to be aware of. What are our money beliefs? Do we believe people that have money are good, or do we believe people that have money are bad? Now, unfortunately, many people believe that rich people or ultra rich people are maybe manipulative, not charitable, greedy, excessive. These are all negative beliefs, and they're fed to us through TV shows, through the news, but that may not necessarily be the case. What I urge you to do is to form your own beliefs, and you want to have beliefs that are in line with your goals. So if you want to be able to attract money easily, a belief that you may want to take on board is, money comes to me easily. I receive unexpected amounts of money. Money flows to me freely. I have enough money to cover all of my expenses and money left over to invest. These are beliefs that we want to acquire if we want to become prosperous and more abundant. Now, I urge you all to write down what your beliefs are, just so you can see where you stand. Again, this exercise on its own will highlight what your beliefs are, and if you're happy with them, great. If you're not happy, you may want to write some new beliefs that you want to have, and try to read these every day and let them absorb into your brain, and slowly over time you will start acting with the new beliefs that you have acquired. Moving on to point number 3. You are not ruler of the earth, but you already have far more power within you to attract money. And this point is very, very important. You're not ruler of the earth. You're not God. I don't want you to go on an ego trip. However, within you, you have all the power you need to attract and become and be whoever it is you want to be. Now, the reason most people don't start a business, most people don't write a book, is because they just don't believe that they have that power. They don't believe it's possible. This is about reclaiming your power. You can attract far more money than you're even thinking about right now. And not just on a financial basis. This is in life in general. You could have a great relationship. You could have with a partner. You could have great family relationships. You can have children. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. All the power is within you, and it's just a case of recognizing that, nurturing that, and bringing it out of you. So moving on. You can change your thoughts about money easily. Now, this is great because when I assessed my thoughts, I thought that you had to work hard for money, money was scarce, It takes a long time to accumulate money. Now, these are beliefs that I grew up with. Many of them were installed through my parents and again through society and my friends and the area which I live. I grew up in a very deprived area and money wasn't abundant and you didn't see people with a lot of money. However, it doesn't mean to say that there's not a lot of money because in the world, because there is far more money than you personally or I personally or combined need. Now, one thing to do, as I said, you can write the exercise about what your current beliefs are, and then after that, you can go on and you can write what you want your new beliefs to be. Now, by taking on new beliefs, it takes time, and if you read that, say, your new beliefs in the morning when you woke up, and at night before you go to sleep, then over time, your new beliefs will become a reality. Now, I believe this is a belief-driven reality that we live in. So if you believe that there are no money and the world is a bad place, you will tend to find things that align yourself with those beliefs. If you believe that money flows freely, and that you have an abundance of money, and that opportunities for you to make money come to you freely and fast, then again, over time, you will start to notice these opportunities and money will flow to you freely. That's why it's very important you establish what your beliefs are. If you're happy with those beliefs, and if you're not, to change this. Now, as I said, it can be just a simple process as reading your new beliefs in the morning when you wake up and at night when you go to sleep. It's as simple as that. So moving on to point number 5. You can do the impossible financially. You don't know your limits. And this is great. This is not just financially. This is in any area or aspect of your life. There are no limitations to what you can achieve. Now, the sooner we get our head around that and we start to act in accordance with that, the sooner we will start to materialize the things that we want in our life. If you want a great partner, if you want a business, if you want to accumulate a lot of money, whatever it is that you want to do, there's no limitations. If you want to go out and become a great investor, a great entrepreneur, you can do those things, a great writer. What you may need to do is take baby steps. Now, when I first started, it was impossible for me to imagine making £100,000. So what I did do is I broke it down into baby steps. I tried to make maybe £3,500. Then after I was comfortable with that, I said, okay, £5,000. Again, after I was comfortable with that, I went to £10,000. And over time, the knowledge that you have and the skills that you acquire will enable you to create more value. And as you create more value, be it through your job or through a business or through products that you produce, you will be paid more for the value that you're putting out. But the most important thing to take on board here is that there are no limits and there are no limitations. The world is your oyster, truly. And this is a great point. Whatever abundance image you add emotion to will tend to manifest. When I found out this, I was just so happy. Now, first of all, let me tell you what an abundance image is. An abundance image is a vision that you hold in your head. Okay, then so if you visualize a new car, that will be an abundance image. You could visualize yourself in your new car. If you wanted a new convertible or maybe a family car, then you could visualize yourself in that car, driving that car. What's the color of the car? What do the seats feel like? Are they leather? Are they fabric? What does it smell like in there? The more that you can pack into your abundance image, your vision, the faster it will come to you. However, if you add emotion, things like love, joy, happiness, laughter to your vision, then you're blowing it. It's just too much. Your vision will tend to come to you a hell of a lot quicker I cannot stress this enough. This is a major point. So say for example, if you have a fear, you're scared of being alone and you really don't want to be alone. That fear, that energy in itself generates more energy. So you will get more fear, more desperation and more aloneness. And it works on the reverse as well. So if you did have that image of, say, a new car that you wanted and you visualized it, if you add love, if you add laughter, happiness to that emotion, again, that image will tend to manifest a lot quicker. And that's a key point that I want you to take on board. So moving on to the seventh and final point, you can have money miracles happen in your life when you let go of attachment and need. Attachment and need. This is probably the most important point I want to bring home to you today. Attachment and need are what stop us getting the things that we want. If you say, I need more money by the end of the month because I've got to pay my rent, that energy that's produced around the needing goes out. And as the law of attraction works, you attract more of what you're putting out. So you attract more neediness. The minute you don't need it anymore, there's no attachment to it. You can say, okay, I desire the money, but if I get it, it's not the end of the world. I'll still live. That is when you let go of attachment and you let go of need, and you create a vacuum is created within the universe where it needs to be filled. So whatever it is that you're desiring, as opposed to needing and attachment, it's your desire. Your desire is moving forward to you because there's nothing to block it. There's nothing to stop it. And that's what you need. That's what we need to do. We need to let go of our need, let go of our attachment, and let our visions manifest and come forward to us. So I hope that you've enjoyed this presentation. There's more that you can check out if this is your kind of thing. And thank you for your time.